In this video, I am going to show you how to look up values from a table randomly. For example, I have a person names table here. The first column is numbered. The second column is the person names. Now my requirement is to randomly select any of the names in this table. One of the methods to choose the names randomly is by using VLOOKUP combined with rand between function. So let me demonstrate how a rand between function works, and then we will apply the output of rand between to VLOOKUP function. So let us now understand rand between function. So the rand between function takes two parameters. The first parameter is the low value and the second parameter is the high value, which is top. So I am telling this function to choose randomly any value between 1 and 10. Now I press enter. The first value it has chosen is 1. The second value it is chosen is 8. And likewise, it can choose any value between 1 and 10 randomly. So now I can use this value in the VLOOKUP function. So let me now apply VLOOKUP function. The first value to VLOOKUP is the lookup value, and the lookup value is going to come from rand between function, and that value is nothing but one of the values in the first column of the person table. The second parameter is the table array. The table array is nothing but the entire table. I'm going to make it an absolute reference. The third parameter is the column index for the values. In this case, the column index of the table is 2. The column index 2 contains the names. And the fourth parameter is an exact match. Let us use an exact match here, which is false. Close the bracket. So essentially what I'm trying to do here is trying to generate a random number between 1 and 10, and I'm using that as a lookup value. So the value generated will be between 1 and 10, but in random. So that random number is a lookup value. The second parameter is a table array, which is nothing but the entire table. The third parameter is the column index. Column index contains the names. The VLOOKUP function returns the name from this column. And the last parameter is nothing but exact match. So let us apply this function. The random value it has generated is 10. I think that is the reason we have the name Thiago Ribeiro. Let me apply the same function and extend it to other cells as well. Now all these values are randomly selected from the person table. I can simply select any cell and press delete here. And once I keep pressing delete, you can see the function generates random values. The next one, we can use another method using an index function to generate random values from the table. In this case, I'm going to use city names table. Now the function that I'm going to use is index function. Let me type is equal to index. Index function takes an array. In this case, I'm selecting the city names array. And then I'm going to make it an absolute reference, comma. And then the row number, I'm going to supply a row number as a second parameter. This row number will be generated by the rand between function. The number will be between 1 and 10. Close the bracket. So what I'm trying to do in this function is give the array name to the index function and then randomly generate the row number using the rand between function. Press enter. Now the value has been selected randomly from the city names table. As you can see, as I press delete in the empty cell, each function is executed automatically. Now I can simply apply the same function to the remaining cells as well, and these are randomly selected from city names table. So this is the second method using which you can randomly select names from any table for that matter. In the third example, I'm going to show you how we can generate a random set of characters, uppercase or lowercase. In order to do that, we are going to use a combination of functions like text join, char, make array, and lambda as well. So let me explain how we are going to do that. So the first thing is we are going to generate an array of characters. So to generate an array of characters, I'm going to use make array function, and To that make array function, I'm going to pass first parameter. Let me put 1 as number of rows. Let me create 3 columns. And then the function we are going to use is lambda function. And to the lambda function, I'm going to use some dummy parameters and then use rand between. This rand between is used to generate random number between the first character and the last character. The first uppercase character in the ASCII table is 65. The last uppercase character in the ASCII table is 90. So I'm going to tell the rand between function to generate a random character between 65 and 90. This function overall generates one row of 3 characters, and each character will have a random value generated between first character and last character. The first character is uppercase A, the last is Z. Let me press enter. And as you can see, it has generated a character value 84, 90, and 80. So these are random values that have been generated by make array. So I'm going to now convert these numeric values into character values. In order to do that, I can simply use char function and then enclose the char function and press enter. Now HWIS have been randomly generated. Now you can see these values are again randomly generated. Now what I'm going to do is these are separated in different columns. I can combine these into one column using text join function. So I'm going to next use text join function. And then the first parameter is delimiter. We don't want any delimiter. It has to be an empty string. The second value is ignore empty cell, here true. And the third, fourth parameter is the text values that we are going to combine. So that is provided by the combination of these functions which we just saw. Close the bracket and press enter. Now you can see MGC is randomly generated. It generates again set of characters. Now I can adjust the character length by tweaking the second parameter to the make array. I can make it as 4 or 5 and get 5 values. I can make it 35, 36, whatever it is your requirement. Now these are randomly generated uppercase character. Similarly, I can change the values to rand between function to generate lowercase characters. The lowercase ASCII character starts with the value 97 and ends with value 122. Now with this we are able to generate lowercase character. So I have combined all these function and entered the formula here in this cell. As you can see, this is the final function text join. We are going to pass parameters to the text join function, and the make array actually generates individual characters, and the individual characters are generated based on randomly generated numbers between 65 and 90 for uppercase and randomly generated values between 97 and 122 for lowercase. This concludes the video of generating values randomly using a lookup table and generating a random sequence of character. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.